Full. Okay. Tikhan ka slide share ki lang im.
Yes, Miss.
Okay. So intellectual property rights. It is subject code is LLB 5.5.4. So I will my topic will be unit 3, that is trademark. Okay. If you already have a class with intellectual property right, so can anyone tell me what is intellectual property or what is intellectual property rights? Any idea?
It is a product of human ingenuity, knowledge, and skill besides labor and capital.
And what is intellectual property rights?
Mani thi thiam an hậu bi thị nó không mình.
Okay. Acha eh. So next slide ta kan luta nga. Okay, anyway, class masa lauzir to po ni ula. I think it is necessary to understand the concept of intellectual property. Okay, before we come to our topic, that is trademark. So intellectual property, okay, in simple term, we can say that anything that is the creation of human mind. Okay, machine kan ni chuanin we all have mind. Tiru human mind kan ti chuan ke ni pon kan nei ve kan ni. Tiru so anything that is the creation of human mind kan thuak a han a thuak chadeu chuan thil chatak tak kan ngai to chuak anga thil ngai to chuak thiam te chuanin. Tiru chuan all some in simple terms all some deuh chuanin anything that is the creation of human mind. Or we can say that intellectual property is an intangible creation of human mind, usually expressed or translated into a tangible form that is assigned certain rights of property. So can anyone tell me what is intangible property? Intangible and tangible property ka kanleya tiro. Takhanin, what is intangible property?
Khoi thei lo.
Yes. So intellectual property is an intangible creation of human mind. Tiru kan thua ka kan thil ngai tua kan suang tua ka chu kan va khoi thei lo ni tiru ma se kha thil tak kha usually expressed or translated into tangible form. Ba khoi thei le va mu thei kan ngai tua kan ril ru kan ngai tua na kha kan lo phau chuak ta ni tiru kha intellectual property. Anti so sorry Tuan to me baka, what is intellectual property rights? Kanti chuanin, or someday chuanin, it can be defined as rights given to people over the creation of their minds. Mo rights, intellectual property
Miss, it's
rights
like
kanti.
Kapalo.
Akalo mo, koy layang niya stuck niya.
The first page of introduction of him.
First page mo lo char. Wa boy thak TV. Ka full screen wang nge mani tu lai chu hi dik the tikhan in muwe mani.
Oh,
Okay. Tikhan oh. Yeah, kal dik lo chin. So, what is intellectual property? It's one, anything that is the creation of human mind. Okay, so or we can say intellectual property is an intangible creation of human mind, usually expressed or translated into a tangible form. Ka intangible kan real ru ngai to na te kha chu kan ba khoi thei lo ni ti ru enge ka real ru chuan in chu siamila avan chai o kan tia a siam dan tur a technique te a chi sang sang kha kan ngai to ta that is kha chu kan ba khoi thei lo ani ma se when we express it kan express a chuan enge intellectual property hmai lo tur ka chan tangible form in a lo ve le ta ni tiru kha intellectual property chenin an define dan chu ni chuan general enge atlang pui thua chuan in anything that is the creation of human mind te khan also mani so intellectual property rights kan ti chuan in it can be defined as the rights given to people over the creation of their mind. Mo mi ina angai tua na enge intellectual property at chi sang sang om the copyright te trademark te patent ti te geographical indication ti te mo chi sang sang kha omani ti ro kha gina kan la zir chauzel do na and next kan kalanga human mind mo mishing ngai tua na chuan in enge angai tua the like literature works kan ti chuan khi le khabu te mo films siam chwa te mo heng te po hang copyright te po an nei vek chin he te ro chuan symbols che shang khi king te po ki Mizoram a hianin I englo I enge kha I eng hawin nge kha nei to kha an trademark nge an englo enge bike bullet khal ho poli eng tin ngin ti kha Mizoram a khan
Azol Thunder.
Aizol Thunder ho po hianin khami kha an mani logo ve de nge mani kha an nei kha an register ton ti tlakin ka sha chwal lo chuan mo khang te khanin logo te an nei ya symbol te an nei ya ti ro so human mind mishing real ru chuanin thil chi shang kha ngai tho te ni it can be a literature works or it can be a film it can be a symbols it can be an invention mo ki motorcycle te or it can be an artistic work or a dramatic work mo khang ho ka intellectual property rights maya kan til thayani okay so I'll move on to next slide and why do we need IP protection enga tinge intellectual property hi protect keranga mo engwangin nge enge protect angai na chan care okay so to answer this question let's study Tom and Jerry IP story okay Tom and Jerry story atangin thil pakhat kan zir chin don ani okay ka slide kha kaltiro ti khan
Miss.
looks lo shi thiam lok to ka video hi ka off ri lokang so why do we need IP protection okay is it visible ka slide ti khan visible tro
Yes, Miss.
so to answer this question let's study Tom and Jerry okay interesting zone kan ngai to adon ani so Tom and Jerry chu kan shacha mga tiro kan no panlai kan ento ga ye Tom and Jerry te chu cartoon na tiro best friends ka ania achagin enemy an ni boka tiro chuanin Tom has invented a high speed supercar which uses water as fuel mo ka water tui ka manchang kaidan asyata ni chu high speed supercar which uses water as fuel so kan siya tiyam tiro kimitsin ki Tomazo kanin enge I invent ani to high speed supercar which uses water as well okay and one day mo Tom kanin told all the process to Jerry he na kan ka process zong ka ashil ta di chu mo and so they both enjoyed the drive an pani kanin enge nuam kan tita em ta cha kha an tita mo tui manga a fuel tui manga le a motor invent boka tin a motor kalna na tui man bok kha Jerry ana Toma na muchwa ka chanin kha thil muchwa ka Jerry ne na kan share ta vekta chanin an pahni khanin an enjoy ta nuam khan ti te em ta ni okay and chumi nuwa chanin Jerry made the same type of car and got patent mo Jerry khanin same type of car kha asiam beta and got patent ani jon patent na chang ka sheta lawani chu mo chanin Jerry sold patent and become millionaire. Jerry chuanin kha a patent aka anei tu ni na nei to ni chu chuanin a shalta alo hausa ta thur ta ni mo chuanin chuta Tom is regretting for his mistake. Poi kha ti ta mani atira mu chuak tu chu amma kha ni reng ta to ma kha tiru ma se Jerry ne na kan engkim ka share chan nya ni kom ne engkim kha ni share ma se Jerry a ero kha chuanin Toma Jerry a ero kha chuanin enge same type of car kha lo siama an patent a patent bokatin a patent ka ashala millionaire ron ni phata Jerry a ero chu angai to na kha atakina chantir lawa tin dan manga nei tu ni na hau kha tumbok si lo ta ni mo so the moral of the story a story naron soitum chu register your intellectual property as early as possible. Don't tell even to your friend about your invention before it get protected. Okay, intellectual property chuan in chi sang sang kan ti kha patent care lo po trademark te po trademark chu tlang pi nakina kan soi thawanga hey business anga te po an chi sang sang kha tam em ni trademark mo tin patent copyright ang te po tin geographical indication ti po na kina in lizards hozel do ni. So types of intellectual property rights ki takyan chi sang ka oma chuanin kay mani na kan zir tur big chu trademark bi kani. Okay, so trademark chuanin hey property chen khata hianin R ti te TM ti te SM ti te in mu ngayem in lo chik ngayem in chik ngayem thil product chen khata tiang lo cheni Mizoram po hey I kanshat tur chu kanshat tur te mela interesting ve me trademark ti te po hin la tam lo em hey Becky Zote product ki insha Becky Zote argan oil an ti mani hi hey ama pon aron advertise chin hi ta hianin en ula a product te hianin register thap ani ve mo amathil po hi Mizoram ke ma ka masaber kanin ka siya at nge ama se ka she chiang bik chuang lawa ke ma pon anei masaber kanin ka siya khatia chuanin hey Mizoram tun anga te po ange COVID lai te ni thil COVID lai care po nilo COVID ma po khalin Mizoram enge entrepreneurship lama te mason na sa em atiro u cake ti an siama min chen katin chuan cake ba ka thomno te mani enge an mani on an mani brand te tikhal an siam ta mase heng ho hian unregister vekangim ka she chuang lauta achan chu enge registration hi mandatory kha ani kher lauta I mani ina chu le chan ti chuanin registered kha ani meita tin ma senin ka ngai to chin chu nakina Mizoram te po kan population te hi ron na sa tel setin business lama te po entirnan ramdang de te tin state ramdang de kerlo interim chunga te po kan business han expand zel ta ila mo ka brand lo nei taila ke ma chuanin kha trademark vati kher hey thomno tree hawa po hana ti te etutunge kha an omchau tira u insha an mani thomno tree po an belve de thlap to hi tiru khang tiang kha an logo an trademark ani ve ni ma se unregistered kerlo chu ka shelo ta mo chuan hey R ti te TM ti te SM ti te chuna kina adanglam na kha kan en do na ni okay R ti chuan registered trademark registered to TM kan ti chuan unregistered trademark mo SM kan ti chuanin unregistered service trademark TM R ti te TM ti te SM ti te anda ve chin ni mo R big tak hi trademark registered club dan anga protection nei registered club ka ani ti na ni chu okay. So before we move on to our topic, I think the meaning and the definition of trademark, historical background. Okay, historical background here. Law en lo kagu trademark in India. Hemi a historical background na hikan en lo kanga chuanin next class bela chuanin what is trademark ti ang chi te enge khatiang ka a characteristics ti te khatiang ang hakan endon ni. Okay, so historical background and development of trademark in India. More, the first legislation in respect of trademark was the Indian Merchandise Mark Act 1889. Mo array to nitro ki the first legislation trademark chungchanga legislation kan ne sakber chu it was the Indian Merchandise Mark Act 1889. Okay, and this act was followed by the Trademark Act 1948. Okay, here key act it was followed by the Trademark Act. So Trademark Act pamay takakanit so 1940 velani vetu. So prior to the enactment of the Trademark Act 1940, the disputes or problems, especially those relating to infringement of trademarks or passing off, were decided in the light of Section 54 of the Specific Relief Act 1877. Mo, prior to the Trademark Act of 1940, Trademark Act 1940 the dispute or problem relating to infringement of trademark or passing off, it was decided in the light of Section 54 of Specific Relief Act 1877. Mo, Specific Relief Act tipo kaanlaw pang changkay venit. So infringement of trademark or passing off bika kanin, it used to be decided in the light of Section 54 of Specific Relief Act 1877. Okay, and the registration problem was tackled by obtaining a declaration as to the ownership as true of trademark under the Indian Registration Act. So with regards to the registration problem, okay, registration declaration as to the ownership of trademark kami katon Indian Registration Act ka anmang ve thunga ni so mo basegin egtin nga ni zelang tikana ni zelim and to minua the Trademark Act 1940 Trademark Act 1940 introduced the system of registration of trademarks and provided statutory protection and registered trademark. Trademark Act polo beta a system of registration te aron introduced beta ni. But prior to the 1940 Act, it was under either the Specific Relief Act or the Indian Registration Act kakaatpang veni. Okay, so since 1940, significant development took place in the field of business and trade. After independence, to meet this requirement and to give recommendations made by Justice Raj Gopak Iyengar, the Trademark Act was passed in 1958. So Justice Raj Gopak Iyengar ka recommendations based kanin independence kanlaw ni after Indian independence, the Trademark Act was passed in 1958. Okay, 1958 atar kanlaw ni lenit. So the 1958 Act repealed the Indian Merchandise Act 1881, first legislation zongzong te in the Trademark Act 1940, Kaltikaron repealed the Vectan in 1958 Act Kianin, and also provided in Section 129 that any documents relating or purporting to declare the ownership or title of a person or trademark other than a registered trademark was not to be registered under the Indian Registration Act. Trademark Act 1958 page 1 in aheta Indian Registration Act anlaw panchang kay to ang si ka kang tipo ka apal ta mialaw anit so and next the 1958 Act did well for 4 decades, but since then again, there has been considerable changes in trading and commercial practices due to globalization of trade and industry. Mo kan siya ang dan reng to when law is for the society. Through law is for the society. Kan siya tiyang subject nga po consider sa law is for the society, but law also changes according to the change of the society. So with regards to the trademark big nga tipo industry tin globalization kay tiang maso na chang khalo umta khang tiang wang khang dan Trademark Act te poka I fam kim lo na lai khalo bet zela khawang khanin dan thar alo pianga amendment a oma mo dan tanga po atam me kha chu kan sha ang chuanin the need to encourage investment flows and transfer of technology, need for simplification and harmonization of trademark managerial system, and to give effect to important judicial decisions. Further, India became a party to the Agreement on Trade-Related Aspects of Intellectual Property, TRIPS Agreement. It is mandatory to bring trademark law in conformity with the provisions of TRIPS. Okay, so in India poka he trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights TRIPS Agreement akan member ani so ading kami ina adu dan anga kandan te poka herem angay ta so. Accordingly, the Trademark Act 1999, Trademark Act 1999 was adopted again, which came into force on 15 September 2003. So notification was issued by Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Okay. India also became a party to Paris Convention for Protection of Industrial Property. The 1999 Act repealed 1958 Act. So the Trademark Act 1999 is in conformity with both the international treaties. According to the provisions of Trademark Act 1999, the central government made the trademark rules 2002 and also enacted the Trademark Amendment Act 2010 with effect which is from 21st September 2010 mo ka trademark act no pian chwa dan le a historical evolution chu khami kha ani deu maya chuanin tuna kan nei tak chu the trademark act 1999 kinita a chuanin hemi base hianin he act mang hianin trademark rules 2002 tepo kan neya and also enacted the trademark 2010 trademark amendment act tepo a oma mo kaka a history deu achu diang re example hi kan da lo ka nge he hek tiang ang ho slide kin mu ti ro
Oh, mua. Yes.
ki trademark kan ti chon engting ni the hey tam emani Apple ti te Amul Taste of India Reliance Communication Microsoft ti te hey Nike ti po tam me ti ro Pepsi hey hey an logo ti chi sang ka hey chuan hey he to po hi ron da chaw Colgate ti te hey tam me ma heng hi engi achang kai na kan ti chuanin i engi enge niang enge chang kai ne heng tiang hi enge ne chul da in ngai da da logo han ne kher te etit mo
Giết lệ chia chiếm lâu tan pon thì
yes
ăn lâu identify thế nhá
yes exactly
mình
a
có trong
product
cái
Colgate kan ti chuanin Colgate ti lo mang chang ni tai la kam mi ta cham reng don ni ti ro a logo ki Colgate ki so what is inside enge a product enge a chatna ke mai na ka lo du ber alo ni pe chuanin enge dora po vakalila ka mit kharon etrek ma saber don ni ti ro enge dang soi the dang kan la neyem exactly siar thiam lo tan pon ti kha chakop me ni mi ina attractive taka an logo te an product te an han fak thiam phei chuanin changkai em em ani ti ro thil dang enge om theyang
Ini na chuanin ahmad sa zong neng khan in relate so ama ro chu an identification kami an specific identification midang ne na an dang lam na aron ta lan na tur ni pakata kada lebo
yes adik le chia chumi ba ka chuanin enge an product te pokha anin advertise na kha ni ngal boka it promotes their business and business te promote ve ngal boka ni ti ro hey thil chi sang sha KFC kan ti chuanin KFC hey putar le mi kan mi thla lo lang ngal ani ti ro KFC kha ti khan KFC khianin logo mo enge mo khan nei lo ta se ingtin nge ni ang i KFC ming soi ringot kha chuanin heta ke mani kan visualize the ngal ang thilani kha chuanin arem chak a tha em em ni ti ro hey Google ti te heng tam me chuan hey engpo ni sengin I khati chin kha voina tan chuanin kan zir chin ni sela I next class a chuanin what is enge trademark chungchang te tin a registration zir zo wat kan tum don nya I a harsalova zir zo wat kan tumanga chuanin I kan soido chu hei intellectual property law te kan zira I ri om lo she thiam te ka screen a han enge mani ron lang ring intellectual property law te kan zira mo apoi mo vek me ni kan thil zira apoi mo vek me ni a subject hi chuanin I hei tunla ya pandemic awangin enge I computer te technology lama te po kan sang to ta te ru chuanin I ka hei ke ma ina ka phak to ka kalo I ngai to ve chin chu tuna po khanin kha I dengi I love you ti film kha engtina mani thu boy kha kan shang te ru tu ten nge mani I lo a link ten lo share kha ti khan lo ti ni te ru karin danin ti maila Mizoram po hianin hey masod na in enge masod na ana sa ta tiru chuwang chuanin I mason na atam rol hianin I swal mi ina thil swal anti du ang chi te poi an improve ve zel ta khawang khanin heng intellectual property te po hi I zirbing theya kati in LLB course pia lama hianin I nakina po case la chho zel tura hang ka mu ve tlak mai ni ke ma hianin I tuna chuanin case ala tam lutuk lawanga amaro chu copyright chungchang te trademark patent chungchang te tin geographical indication anga te po hianin I mizo te hi I tuna pe chani nam issue a kan chang ema I enge I kan geographical indication ang chi tiang anga te po hianin mizo te na ke mani siam nge ke mani tang nge ang chi enge registration han ne the te po hi I atam thei ang ber han ne te po hi chak hi achak katia chuanin nangmani po kan shildu cheu chu heng tuna kan zirtur ang chi ho hi lapoi mo chho tur le I enge mi po ina zo na anla nei tam chho tur ni in ka sha a copyright tingat pe chu tuna po kan shanga mizo zinga po eng amuni thil a omve nuala ni mo he thil soitur hi omve nuala mase I atam lawa amaron chu hun lo la kal zel tura hanin he subject hi thil poi mo tak ni chho tur le I ke mani po na kan phan chang kai I chho ni tur hian ka mu ve business ti tum te tan te tin mania enge kut enge copyright chungchanga entinan ziak thu ziak lampang ang chi te khatiang anga te po kan phan chang kai karin oma chuwang chuanin I a subject hi interesting a enge han en hianin anin melin tm a subject a hi enge inmu ve da me
Chilovai miss. Ai, athal tuk no. Interesting look.
ole nia kan zir chho zelanga trademark po tikhan next kan en chho le zelanga chuanin I po ni se vo in chu first day te po ni boka a full han lak chu tha ka tia maro chu kan du to khut mei do na mi nyang tru voina tan chuan okay
Miss.
okay
Oh, John da ha. Ron number ko lang da. Kada da thêm.
da shamang next chuanin class ngai poi mo ro LG na te po hi shil an ngai ni nga tinge class ti boy zonga internship an kal attendance intingin ti don ole engpon ni se voin tan chuan kan du to kang